this is where we'll start to see those little mistakes turn around, and they'll go, hey, wait a second, we need to swap this up, we need to change things going into map 2. And what I love is we still see a lot of the smiles on these players' faces, because that's how you know they're just happy to be here competing, because they've worked so hard across 5 different regional events to qualify for it.
I mean, and again, we talk about Miramar being an impactful map. We will play many more Erangel games than we'll be playing on Miramar.
Yes.
So get the game out of the way. If you're going to have bad games, might as well be those 3 Miramar games. And if you can do good on all your Erangel games, this is their bread and butter. This is where they want to do good.
Yep.
We will see if they can do so. And we are just moments away from taking to the sky with game number 2. Erangel is where we're going. And I wonder, we will see immediately where we're going on the map. Boom, there you go.
Okay.
West is where we are. This is interesting, because according to what research we've been able to do up to this tournament, there are a lot of Eastern teams in this lobby. A lot of teams like to drop East. We don't have a designated military team either. So will people adapt this? Rangers jumping out extremely early here.
Oh, okay. Africa as well, but they can still go to their usual spot, right? They can go play by the
they'll
ferry
go down by
pier.
ferry pier.
Yeah. So they can have that under control, which this is great, because Eric Wolf jumped into it at the same time. Rangers, how far are they going to go with this? They're going to go all the way around, try and take a bit of control around military. So already we're seeing these guys are properly shifting away from what we see as their usual drop spots.
I talked about earlier how teams would probably jump the same spot and then just go over there a little earlier. Cancel that. Ignore that statement, because there are a lot of people inside this circle already, and there will not be a lot of loot to share.
But what I'll say, Toby, is you're not wrong, right? The research was correct. We know this is where they usually drop.
This is something else.
but this is what it comes down to, right? This is, let's surprise the other teams. Yeah. Let's not be predictable. We know other teams are doing their research. Let's play our game, but let's be comfortable in mixing up a little bit. Let's have a few drop zones that they've not seen before. And this is where we'll see teams start to have a little bit more shine. And you can see already from this, no teams really want to play too far outside of the circle. They're just not wanting to risk it.
Not at all. We see Luminous Stars, winners of the past game, going out here on the West Coast. Monster Shield, they're going to opt for the vehicle in the water, also called the boat. Thank you, Toby.
The vehicle.
The vehicle in the water.
I like that. So I'm going to get a car in the water next, a motorbike.
The boat, and they'll go down towards Prim, is what I was trying to say. Airwolf, still in the sky, will go away. But oh my god, could this be a quad kill with it? he legit has 4 people from AHQ running around the open. Now SR has a vehicle, but look at this.
Hit and run, let's do it.
And now he's making a drive off, I guess.
No, he's coming back.
He's coming around. Get in, guys. Go. Oh. They had 4 guys running in the open. Kongmu could have gotten a complete team wipe on AHQ just with vehicles. That would have been absolutely horrible. Fortunately, that was not quite the case.
Already we're seeing a little bit of banterous fun come into play, using the vehicles to the advantage. Oh, this is nice, though. He's got the weapon in his hand. A lot of damage being done. The spray down comes in. He's trying to play it well. LG, they're going straight in for it early on. Already
Milk as well.
Knocked out of the equation.
This is insane.
And he's run over. That's it. Splat. Out of it. And an early, straightaway kill that should have never happened.
And this is clutch info. Honestly, clutch info. They see AHQ land in the open. They see all the vehicle commotion over there. They spot 4 guys in 1 vehicle. We know the importance of kill points here. They say, guys, let's pull up and get some kills, because, I mean, even if we miss the vehicle, there are so many people in that car, we will hit something. They have no vests, they have nothing. If we have AOS, send it, chase them, take them out as well. They did that. They only got 1 kill off of it, but smart reaction play coming in from Linyang Gaming here.
And we spoke about AHQ, right, going into this being one of the top-tier teams that we need to really look out for. That is not the start they would have wanted at all here.
Look at this. I said no West Coast teams. They're all down there already. They're all down there. Fortunately, there is room. I mean, technically, map size-wise, there is room on the West Coast. There is just not a lot of loot. These guys will be, well, reliant on having two, like we see here, LSN and UU. They're inside the same compound.
Yeah.
If they don't get the amount of ammo, if they don't get the amount of meds, now we can see they have something. But look at this Kongmu. 5 bandages and an Uzi. If they don't get what they need off of these small compounds, how are they going to take a fight against a team that's been in a huge city and looting for 5 minutes?
Yeah, and that's the thing it will come down to, right? Become a little bit more treacherous for them. Landing on top of each other. And kind of fighting in the same areas as well. You've already confined them to the circle straight off the bat. Enters Force, we spoke about them already.
Yeah.
A team that we need to see put in some big action early on. And Oh, okay, we get to see this from a different perspective as well. So the spray down comes in again, and this is where Milk will be finished off eventually, and then ends up getting driven off at the same time.
Really, really, really nice reaction play from LG there, honestly. It's so early in the game. You're just focusing on let's go loot, let's go loot, let's go do this, let's go do that. But these guys, they saw it, they wanted it, and it was only 1 point in the end. But as we said earlier, I mean, Gen G, very famous Korean team, they missed the tournament by 2 points, right? It's those small differences that in the end will make the big difference.
On tapping away, trying to get the shots to connect there. And AHQ, they've got to be careful. Already being down 1 man, you cannot afford for another player to be taken out. He's going to regroup here and try and do some further looting now. Entus, they've gone for the high ground straight away. Going to see what they can peer into. And they are close by.
They got to loot up in Pochinki. That's where they like to go in the northwestern side of the city there. Had plenty of room to work with and will be taking a little high ground position here on the western side of Pochinki Hill itself. But what can they see from here? Do they spot the guys in Crest Gaming down inside the compound? I think they have a good idea that they're down there. They're sure looking in that direction. There you go, shots are fired. Well, that's actually Libro from down at Quarry.
Yeah, Libro there, taking a few shots as Rangers going to make their way across the bridge. They were the ones that did drop into military. I think they were the only team that actually landed in military at that point. And it's again, we said it when we were doing the research, there was not supposed to be a team that would regularly go there. Rangers saw where the circle was and thought, hey, look, we can get some good loot in. We can get ourselves built up. And you can see it even from the vehicles that they have to play with early on.
You see them right here. Sok made a great play, a lot of great plays last game, getting 9 kills by himself, tying with a full team, any full team.
Yes.
With for the most kills, they would get 1 more in the end, but now Entus Force once again on the move. They scouted forward. They saw what is open. Where can we go? That's further inside the circle. And the move will be made. I think it was Son Yang you saw just drive off there down the hill. And Isnasha will make a move further towards the circle center.
And this is a little bit more what we expect, right, from a map like Erangel. Just this kind of, we get into this situation where we're slowly getting closer to phase 2, a bit more of a waiting game, seeing who's going to maybe potentially make any mistakes. Crest do have to be careful when maneuvering already. We see a few shots being fired off there. Got to be so careful because they really can get themselves pincered in there by Entus.
I'm just surprised by, because I like to compare things off of regions. I mean, I do a lot of things within the EU and the NA scene, and what we tend to see there is, especially in this area of the map, people will split off and take multiple compounds early on so that they get more control. If the circle shifts to any given direction, they will have a bigger chance to have a compound inside that circle and more control of where they want to go. But here we see a lot of teams sitting 4 guys inside the same compound, kind of you can say minimizing their opportunities should the circle, even if the circle goes in their direction.
Yeah, it means that they have to, okay, you go as a team, but also you have to go and try and take them compounds, right? And that's going to be the problem for them. Rangers taking some fire from a freaker there. Style getting a few shots off, trying to make it all connect, but he's got the information to play with as well. They've got the vehicle to fall back onto if needed as well.
Wow.
And that is a...
That's a rough circle.
Let's just go as far west as
There are
possible.
13 teams outside of the circle.
Yeah.
Holy.
Elstar's going to be saying, hey, look, happy days. The same for Monster
look
Shield.
at the amount of vehicles moving right now. Everybody needs to get their butts down here, even for the guys that are inside the circle. Like the Rangers guys, it's like, guys, we cannot stay out here. There will be like 8 teams on us in 5 seconds if we don't move further in right now. So they'll make the move immediately.
Seong Jan has to be careful as well because he was actually pretty much on his own. And that's a really nice crate, but no one's going to go for it?
I think they will. They just want to park their vehicles first. I mean, you don't leave a crate that
good. I was about to say.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they will. I don't know. But I would be very surprised to see that. Luminous won the last game. Now they get themselves a good position on Quarry here as well. Good angle spotted out in the further distance on towards LGE. No more coming off of it, though. This is a hard circle. This is a rough circle for anyone that looted east. I mean, for all these teams that said, you know what, we'll commit west just because the first circle went there, they've got to be clapping their hands that they're this close now.
And Rangers there, right? They've got taken the long way round. They've got themselves back in, completely repositioned themselves on the other side of the circle. Afrika's seen what's gone on, so they'll have the information to play off of. Seongjan's going to join up with the rest of his team, as is Indigo, with the vehicles now that the looting's been done. And yes, Afrika is taking that back. We're not going to see the good loot wasted, that's for sure.
There you go. Crest getting themselves their first kill of the game, taking out one of the guys from Airwolf, securing themselves 1 point in the second game here, but shots are fired in return. And now, I mean, as you see here, they're trying to limit anyone from moving in. They have the forest there, they can play around. They're sitting themselves on purpose out of the edge, trying to not only shoot at people coming in, but also know, okay, if you have this many people coming in from this side, we'll also know how many people should potentially be on the other side.
Actors trying to get themselves away. Going to find themselves some good cover in the meantime. They are all together. That's the benefit. So he does have to be careful. He doesn't want to really try and take this fight too much. Even though he's got the distance, even though he's got a little bit of an advantage onto them, they can quickly turn around. How many times do we see a player get pinched in that situation?
Look at this crest. They look down the compound. They see it's open. Boom. They send it. Really, really smart plays. Just picture perfect. I mean, that's how you want to play it. Leapfrog in that regard. Oh, my God. Winner. You're out there all by yourself. And so is Pooh. Unfortunately, he will go down. Not a whole lot more to it. Yoshi knocks himself off of his vehicle. Pooh does get finished off. Indigo now getting knocked by Kale. There are a lot of team knocks coming in here. But, of course, a lot of people are rotating at the same time as the circle's coming to a close.
Yeah, they're right on top of each other now, and this is where it gets a little bit more scary. Crest. Only 2 players ready to take on the 3.
Yeah, that's the issue,
positions,
right?
though, in the houses, though. This will give them a bit of a chance to maneuver around. Nades go out. Yoshi's trying to pull himself back into this. There's a smoke's going to give him some cover. Able to get the pick back up.
Purple committed to the compound, and they saw that only 2 guys from Crest made it in, because you still had Rio and Kurat out on the side of the... up by the forest area, and they said, you know what, if we want to make a move on this, it has to be right now. They full on sent it. Unfortunately, 1 player went down, but they do still have 3 guys up, for right now at least, against 2, but we do see Rio with the sort of eye in the sky position down there in the forest.
Yeah, it was some quick decision-making that needed to happen there for Purple.
Oh, fortunately, we go away from the water. I was like, if we go straight into Prim now, it's going to be even worse. But thank you, Circle, for at least going somewhat away. So actually, most people are inside the circle already. Of course, there are still some on the western side that won't be in, but they'll have a somewhat doable push over towards Crory. That area can contain a lot of teams. Of course, it's not a place you want to be stuck, though.
RRQ getting their first kills down. AHQ, though. That's 2 players going out of the equation for them. This is putting them in a really bad spot. A team that wanted to keep a close eye on are now finding themselves actually potentially being one of the first teams eliminated here. They've got to play this smart now. Entus making their way back over, but L-Stars, high ground advantage, trying to just pop them from a distance. Shots being fired off there. Entus are like, oh God, get me the hell out of here.
Where are they planning on going, though? They must know that the southern side of the circle down by the forest areas is completely compacted with players. And now Axis, you see them making their run down here. All the guys with the Marvel names. Star-Lord, one of them in there. Trying to see if he can get an angle onto the Monster Shield guys, but not happening, at least not right now.
AHQ, look at them right down and out of it. 2 gone already. Everyone else is just dropping off 1 player at a time. So you'll probably see them get a little bit more passive now, right? Hold back a little bit.
They have to.
Try not to engage too, because like we said, there's only points, right, for the top 5. So it's going to be a very difficult situation now for them to try and hang in there. It's going to be a lot of crawling around and just trying to play it smart. And they've really got to hope that the zone works in their favor.
And that's the thing, right? If you're out on the edge, you have a horrible position, but you're in. I mean, for now, you're good and you're relying on a super extreme hardship towards you if you want to stay put. Do you say, okay, we might not get top 5 anyway, let's get aggressive and go for those kills? Or do you say, please, dear Lord and Brendan, PUBG man, can you give us some circles over here, because we kind of need that right now? Like, what would you do in those scenarios? Like,
I guess there's a way they could look at it is as like, okay, can we bait them out by being so quiet that the other teams don't think anyone's behind them, and we wait it out a little bit and just play off the edge the whole time? But it can just get very dangerous as you get to the later phases here. Rangers, though, across this entire game so far, they've had such good positioning here.
They do that.
They're looking in nice control.
They go sender early on. They take the compound. You see, as soon as the circle pops, they're on the move immediately. And if there's another team in that compound, they will fight them. And they tend to come out on top as well, right? There's a reason they went 2nd place last game, because they played so well together. Now Style once again trying to spot the Nova Monster Shield guys on the other side of the hill. And for Monster Shield, if they don't, they're one of the teams there. If they don't get a hard shift towards them, they have very little info to go off of.
And remember, for the Rangers team as well, they ended up going in 2nd place so far. Huge 10 kills between them, 9 up on... It was Suck of them, right? He was the one who managed to get the 9 kills in. So for them, a good placement here could see them quite nicely worked their way up here. But L-Stars are still getting a lot on the board here. We keep seeing them pop up. Star-Lord's finally found one, though. He's been trying at that for quite some while, and that's going to be Nova taking a bit of a downhill spiral for the moment.
An unfortunate knock for them, because now they will have to spend time getting him back up. He will have to get meted. He will have to get boosted, and that could be the time they needed to get ready to get going for the next circle, because it will pop in just 5 seconds.
Every single time, though, straight away, we just keep seeing it. L-Stars, they're up on there. They've come here to play. They're just proving it's not going to be some sort of a fluke. And they're actually firing in at the moment onto Entus.
See Danchi trying to hold off anyone coming up to their position in the forest. You see sides here. He's like, guys, I've thrown these smokes down. You can make the run now. They're like, but there are like 4 people looking at us. You gotta send it. You gotta go. The circle is not allowing you to stay out there for much longer. You have to get your butts over here if you want to stay put, stay alive. Hulk taking some long range shots. I wonder if do they wear outfits that match their characters? So do you think he's like all green outfit?
Well, we know they got the green headsets on. Thanks that's for sure.
That's halfway there, I guess. Halfway there. Also, maybe he's not in rage mode yet, so he's just Dr. Banner. He can just be Dr. Banner, you know?
So when he wins, he pops up.
Like when it's that final fight, roar, he just goes crazy. Yeah. Yak, 3 guys in 1 shack. This is very good in TPP, because you can sit in the corners, not have to look out, and then you can look over the tops. But doing this with 3 people, that's a dangerous position to be in. Ambulance goes out, Hunt goes out as well. That's a vehicle explosion. And that's all of them down. Now second vehicle comes in, circle's already closing. And for the guys in Armory Gaming, they're trying to make everything out of a horrible situation.
Real difficult position here as well for sure. He's got the pressure being put on him, but Shox comes up with it, managing to get it done. Really nicely played by 17. Huge play. They eliminate also Sun Sisters.
Yep, you got it. What's the Sun
There we
Sisters?
go. There we go.
Shox with the triple kill. They're holding off the entire push by the Japanese guys. Really, really well played. Armory Gaming, though, taken down and out. Will be the second team out here in game number 2. Unfortunate situation for them, but those rotations, they were just near and close to too many teams. We see the new circle up. It will once again go down towards the southern side. And Shox once again active with the Mini 14.
Yeah, Shox getting a lot of damage on the board, and he is not going to give up. Unrelenting damage coming out here. AHQ, though, they're just
2 players alive.
Still getting it done, though.
Honestly, though, if you want to stay alive in Quarry, it could potentially benefit you to be few, because if you take up too much space, it's going to be really hard to play around. Ooh, that nade right on the money. Dai really, really well cooked, well thrown. And even the top chefs would say, you know what, cooked to perfection.
Yeah, he's going to now try and creep his way in towards his teammate. He wants to be revived. Oh, not another one!
What?
That is so unfortunate. How is he still alive?
He doesn't get him, but he gets the double kill in the end anyway. It was like, you know what? I don't even need to finish off with the nade. I'll just bait the other guy out from cover, and then I'll get the double instead. What a great play coming in from Dai.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant from him. Won't allow AHQ to get any further up the leaderboard. They won't be able to hang on, survive. There was only 2 of them left alive from very early on here, and Afrika's position, certainly known Pure Boy. He's looking to try and take the challenge, just got the tree for cover. He's going in, but a lot of damage coming his way. When they quickly finish him off, they're just outnumbering. They didn't have too much of a chance. Ryu's just coming a little bit too slow here, and we'll try to back away a bit, I guess. He's going to hopefully get the rib up.
And the Freaks, they're playing this one extremely well. They had the compound down on the southern side of the road, and they knew that Crest was up on the hilltop, and now they're just sending the push up. They know for a fact that they can spot everything uphill. They have Rosa on the backside. Now he is crossing over as well. Airwolf trying to get on the third-party action here, but not gonna happen. We saw, I believe, 17 Gaming eliminated just before as well, but that can't be true. Although they eliminated another team. Yep, they've changed that animation. Sorry. But in the end, Crest will go down. They did everything they could to hold off the opponents on the east and the south, but a Freaks Fatal was too much of a confrontation for them.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see 17 get eliminated anytime soon. Shox was just getting kill after kill, and they're still unrelenting with the shots going off there towards purple. They are now outside of the zone. They've got a little bit of time to play with regardless, but they will have to start shifting pretty soon. L-Stars, though, the ones that won round 1, still in it, still playing hard. Afrika trying to battle back here, and we're seeing a few nice shots come off here.
Yoshi with the nade. He knows where he has them. Throw it over the hill. Get that right on top of Dai. Could that be a nade in return kill, but not going to happen. Not cooked well enough that he does manage to get the run off. He doesn't have a helmet, though. So this could become very, very tricky for him. Tim on the leap, getting on the action here. Now the guys from Purple Mood are getting picked apart.
Now you see it on your scores at the moment, the teams that have been eliminated. Crest did the best with getting 4 points, getting 4 kills on the board, and that's what it's about. If you can't make one of the top placements, get those kills and get as many as you can, because you can quickly go up the ladder. As that nade is just working out perfectly here.
What is it with Lingang and nades? They just know what's up. They know exactly how to throw them, and it can grant you such a huge advantage. One well-placed nade can give you the upper hand.
Well, Afrika now.
Yeah.
Starting to really put some numbers up on the board. 6 kills in total.
Give us our own loot spot. Don't have people hot drop us, and we will come out in force. They've been doing extremely well in Asia in their in the Korean league, and well, I mean now they're coming back and saying, you know what? Pfft, screw that Miramar game. No, it's a wrangle. It's our game. We got this.
Yeah, and the Miramar game was a bit weird as well.
It was.
They had one player go on his own. He got picked off early, and then Afrika came in to try and save the day. It wasn't possible. This time around, they're sticking together. They're playing their game, and you can see the confidence is starting to flow a little bit more here. Dai, though, still in a good spot behind them smokes.
Look at this Rex region. They're waiting for this. The last one guy earlier. Now Ahang taken down by Chopindy. We see so many DMRs in use here. It's insane. Normally, Asia has been more of an AR slash, what do you say, AR slash shotgun thing. I mean, DMRs haven't really been a thing I've seen a lot in Asia, but that could just be me being misinformed. But great to see that they're using them a lot too.
Oh, YDD. 2 kills already, looking to try and make it a third. He's got himself in a nice spot. But he is going to get pinched in a little bit here. He's got some good backup around him. Goes in hard. Purple, they needs to hold strong.
Doing everything they can to stay alive out there on the edge. They're just, I believe, just inside the circle. But look at this Luminous. They're taking fire from the forest as well. Luminous, they have to back off of this, and they will need to see that guy lost as Axis Red up on the side. Hulk starting to get inactive on the green mode. Getting himself one more knock on towards Easy.
Hulk not messing about there. Long range. 4 times. He's managed to put it in.
That's exactly what he's doing.
He's managing to get it done.
And the good thing we see here, I mean, even though people are shooting, you constantly see the rest of the team style out on the southern side, the in-game leader for their team, trying to see where we have everyone else. It's not just, oh, guys, there's one over here, everybody looking over there, getting tunnel vision. They're playing this extremely well.
Now, we spoke about Rangers being in a nice spot. They were moving very correctly here. They're now having a little bit of an engagement with Afrika. And as that circle moves, they won't be able to hang around here for too long. But they've had good spots. And look at the damage they've been able to do here. They've really put Afrika on the back foot here. They're just having to try and kind of get themselves some cover at this point. And they've got to be so cautious. Rozar giving it back, manages to get 1 kill up. He's going to be able to at least knock him, sorry.
And it's kind of the same situation that we saw the guys from Rangers in last game. They had a compound for a while. They were forced out of it, and that's when you saw Sok pop off. I mean, they were pushed upon a couple of times, but now this compound is out of the circle. Of course, that's not going to happen. They do have 17 gaming, though. They failed that push last game. This time around, guys, let's not push it. Let's just wait for them to come out, because we will be ready this time around. New circle is going to start closing in just about 10 seconds. And see all the kills coming in. Our Freaks starting to be torn apart by their countrymen from Actors.
He's looking for more to come in there. Actor's doing a lot of damage across the board. Manages to connect a couple of shots. Looking to do some more, but it's Rangers who will finish him off there. Nicely done. Only 2 kills so far this game for Rangers, but 3 of them still up and ready. 17 do need to get moving, but they wanted to try and pick Rangers up on the rotate.
Yeah, they're just waiting. They're not intending on moving anytime soon. Just want to wait for the kill. Actors doing the exact same thing. It could come to screw them over, though, because as you see, Ensis, they're getting in a good position to await that push coming in from 17. But now we'll see what happens. Actors getting in the action here with Nova. And a few teams going down, players going down on each side.
Hulk's been in absolutely monstrous position. He's been able to do so much damage. Finally does get put down on the floor as... Ooh, shoot. All he needs is a pixel-perfect shot. He's able to land it. It's going to keep him at bay for a little bit longer, but they're going to have to push in. It's Entus now. They've been in here for so long, right? But this is going to be nasty. It goes in. They get forced out of position.
6-7 gets 1. He goes down in return, though, and Digo secures himself 1. Actually gets the flush onto 2 guys. Really great plays coming in for him. And now for OP Gamer Rangers, they need to come around to see if they can third-party this one as well. Only 2 players live with their team, too. 17 gets eliminated again just outside of point reach in placements.
Yeah, we saw a fair few kills come out there for him, but it's Actos now that have just gone on the absolute killing spree. 10 kills across the board for them, and they are still hanging in there with 4 players left alive. Now, it's a little bit more of an even split. This is more of a team play coming out here, but they've still got to be wary. It's L-Stars, easy. He's still up on the board, and you cannot ever underestimate him. Esker, though, he really wants to be able to try and finish off Enters here. He's all alone. He's playing it slowly. He's got to be careful from other teams' fire coming in. Good use of the nade. Pushes them out around him, but they spray him down. And Entus, they play that so smart. While L-Stars, they're still putting on the work. They're still putting in the damage. It's Entus, though, only with 2 players. Actors, the only one with 4 left alive, and we're down to our last 3 teams.
You got to work with what you got. Entus, they hear the nade being cooked. They know we have a little moment at which he's in that throwing animation. We have to push it now. They come around, they get the kill. Really well played. And even more so, now they got the circle on their side of the road, too. They do have 4-man strong Actors, who's been doing extremely well this game, just on their hilltop. And I'm not sure they'll be allowed to leave this building, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they've definitely got themselves pincered into that location. L-Stars, though, they've done so well to stay alive.
Luminos winning last game and also in top 3 this one. They were already sitting on the top of the leaderboard. If they can get this going today, there's no saying where they can end up.
Yeah, remember, this is only day 1. We've got 4 rounds in total, and L-Stars already guaranteed. They've had their first place. They're going to get top 3 here. Potentially, they can take Entus down as well, going for that 2nd place. But Actors, they've come in really strong. And this has been not just individual plays, it's been pure teamwork from start to finish.
And in a low point system, the way that this is, that 2nd to 3rd, or, well, 2nd to 1st place, that is, the point difference is so crucial. So all these guys are very, very, very focused on doing this right. You see all the smokes coming in now, trying to see if they can make that push forward on through. Juanita and Hulk, they're doing everything they can to hold them off, but they do hear the vehicles on the other side as well.
Yeah, Easy making a lot of noise, getting shots fired off at him. They're trying to take him down, and that was a nice, easy one. No problem at all for him.
Starlord shot out of the vehicle as well. Now, when is all that's left of their team? The guys from Actors, they've just activated, and they're absolutely popping off. When all by himself behind the vehicle, last remaining player, 13 kills counting for the guys from Actors Red. And there you go. That's going to be them eliminated. 14 kills, and all that's left between the 2 Korean teams is potentially 2 kills onto Yak and Dingo.
This is going to be real interesting. How Yak and Indigo want to try and play this 2v4 Actors. They've been playing this so well. All about the teamwork that's come into play. Yak fires off the first few shots, manages to make him connect, but he takes some damage himself. He's got to be so careful. They know exactly where he is. And he's pushing in for it. Nice and easy knock. Going to go and finish him off straight away. 15 kills, and they are truly dominating. Indigo all alone, stuck between a rock and a hard place, and he's going to go down, no problem at all. And Actors, absolute dominance, take round 2.
Not only they win with 16 kills, they also do not lose a single player. They were sitting in that forest. They knew there were a lot of teams around them. They never were the first ones to engage. We talked about teams thriving in chaos. They let the other teams engage one another, and then they just jumped on top of them, and they eliminated every single opponent they ran into.
Now, what I love about that, and what's a very different style,